Saturday night, the Golden Hurricane took on the Arkansas State Red Wolves at H.A. Chapman Stadium. All the highlights coming up on the Philip Montgomery Show next.
The Philip Montgomery Show, brought to you by St. Francis Health System, by River Spirit Casino, and by Pepsi. Now your host, Bruce Howard.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Philip Montgomery Show. I'm Bruce Howard, and the Hurricane taking on Arkansas State on Saturday night, an Arkansas State that was underrated and a team that came in actually as the favorite over TU. They end up with a win over the Golden Hurricane, 29-20, and in a moment we'll have the lead up to the game and then first half highlights. That's when the Philip Montgomery Show continues. Well, the fifth all-time meeting between TU and Arkansas State, with the Golden Hurricane and the Red Wolves tied at 2-2. Let's get the run-up to this game and first half highlights. My broadcast partner Rick Corey and head coach Philip Montgomery. Gentlemen?
All right, thanks, Bruce. Coach, coming into this game, a lot of people will hear the name Arkansas State and think, well, you know, that's a team it's an easy win. There's no such thing with these guys or in college football. It's a really good football team. When you saw them on tape, what was concerning?
Well, we were impressed by them, obviously. They played Southeast Missouri their first game, played Alabama their second game. Two tough games to kind of work schematically against. But as you watch the Alabama game, you can look at the score and say, hey, it was just a big Alabama blowout. But it's not like they just lined up, ran the football, and popping big runs and doing this and doing that. They stood the test with them, and you knew they've got a lot of talent. They've had a lot of tradition in their program. Been very successful over the last probably 6 to 8 years, whether they're going to bowl games or playing for their conference championship. And so we know we had our hands full. They're very talented, and we knew we had to play well to get this one.
But what you want to see is this first drive of the first half, and let's get to that now. Here's the first half highlights of Tulsa and Arkansas State.
1st and 10 for Hansen in the offense of Arkansas State, and a quick screen, an inside screen caught by Edwards. Edwards, the wide receiver, broke one tackle and got forward to the 30, to the 31. Out of the shotgun, Hansen has the snap, drops back to pass, throws on a slant, caught by big angular McGinnis, the big, huge 6'6" receiver on a slant. 3rd and 1 from the 35-yard line of TU, and it's a fake handoff, and they're able to get the quarterback in the backfield. He fumbled the football. And for TU, they stop him at the 38-yard line, and I think the football was recovered by Tulsa, but let's wait.
It is.
It is TU ball. Yep. So 1st and 10 for Skipper in the offense. A quick throw to the left side. It is caught, and it is Johnson. Johnson spinning along the left sideline. Single setback is Shamari Brooks. No score in the game. Out of the shotgun, Skipper has the snap and drops back to pass. Running out of time, rolling to the left, he runs. He's at the 30, to the 25, at the numbers to the 20, and he breaks a tackle, skips around the guy, and goes out of bounds, left side, 16-yard line. It's two receivers right, two to the left, and the handoff up the middle. Shamari Brooks busting through there and surging to the 10. He has 6 on the play. Johnson to the left. Hobbs to the right, out of the shotgun, Skipper. Taylor gets a toss sweep on the right side, and he knifes his way in for a touchdown. He cut it back, and he got the yard necessary. Touchdown, Tulsa. It wasn't easy, but the Hurricane got it done on 4th. Forward progress to the 49 of Arkansas State. 2nd down and 13. Handoff up the middle. Now angling to the left side. It's Wand around the corner, and he goes tiptoeing down the left baseline to the 35. Out of the shotgun, Hansen has the snap, fakes the handoff and drops back to pass. Loads of time, throws over the middle. It is caught at the 5-yard line by McGinnis, and he's down to the 4. Out of the shotgun, Hansen awaits the snap, has the snap, hands it off. Now off to the left side, Murray. He gets hit at the 5, he gets hit at the 3. He shucks both tacklers and gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas State. Two receivers, far side right, two near side left. Here's the snap. Skipper back to pass, has pressure, steps up, throws near side, wide open. Johnson catches it at the 50 and down near side 46-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Darian Jackson, and that was a well-run play for the Hurricane. Well-thrown ball and a good route by Johnson. First and 10, TU at the 46. Back to pass, Skipper. He steps it up, rolling to the right. He gets sacked. The ball is loose. It's a fumble, and it is still loose, but picked up by Arkansas State at the 43-yard line. And on the move, Hansen awaits the snap, fake handoff, drops back to pass, now throw near side. It is caught by McGinnis at the 30, inside the number, spinning to the 29. Out of the hold of Grace. Snap back, ball down. Here's the kick on the way, and it is good. At halftime, the Golden Hurricane trailing Arkansas State by a score of 13-7. We'll talk halftime adjustments and get you to second half action after this timeout on the Philip Montgomery Show. Welcome back to the Philip Montgomery Show. The Golden Hurricane down 13-7 to Arkansas State, but a game is 60 minutes long and we have 30 yet to go. Let's get halftime adjustments as we head back to Rick Corey and head coach Philip Montgomery. Guys?
All right, Coach, so at the half, you've had some good things happen and you've had some bad things happen. You mentioned that first drive was so good, and then it kind of started to falter. When an offense is misfiring like that, kind of what's the issue?
Well, I mean, it's usually just one thing here, one thing there. We've got people open or, you know, just don't have the time to get it to them, or, you know, we're not seeing that guy, or we're running the football and we just don't maintain a block long enough. We're a step away from making that big play happen. But we just got to be more consistent. And that just comes back down to me and us doing a better job of making sure that we're on point with what we're doing and continuing to drive. And once we get first downs, that tempo, that momentum starts happening.
Now watch this tempo for this Tulsa team in the second half. It's really going to pick up. Here's the second half highlights from H.A. Chapman Stadium.
Trailing 20-7. Out of the shotgun, Skipper. To the right goes Brooks in motion. Back to pass, Skipper steps up in the pocket, rolls to the right, throws downfield, and it is caught by Hobbs at the 25, to the 30, to the 34. Right, one receiver, Johnson, near side left. Here's the snap. Fake handoff, and Skipper back to pass. He is hit as he threw. It is intercepted on the near side. Coming back is Medley. Medley to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and scores for Arkansas State. First and 10, Tulsa at their 25-yard line. Nothing to lose at this point. You might as well just air it all out. Now Tulsa instead runs it up the middle. Now they had aired it out last drive, and that has opened up a lane. And the big question, obviously, for the Hurricane is, can they generate something offensively that results in points? Now a quick throw to the right side. It's caught by Stokes, 40-yard line. Outside the numbers, leaning forward to the 45, and a gain of 11. Here's the snap on third down. Back to pass, Skipper throws near side. It is caught by Stokes, breaks a tackle near side boundary 35, dives forward to the 30, and now it's third down and 4 for Tulsa from the 24-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Skipper has the snap. Back to pass, rolling to the left, still rolling. He runs it 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, down to the 9-yard line. First and goal, Tulsa on the scramble by Luke Skipper. He gained 15. First and goal for the Golden Hurricane. 22-yard field goal attempt for Nate Walker. Out of the hold of Cannon Montgomery. Snap back, ball is down. Here's the kick. It is on the way, and it is good. So a couple of positive things there. Good. With 2:54 to go, third quarter. Out of the shotgun, Skipper. Skipper turns, throws right side, caught by Stokes. Stokes ahead to the 25, to the 26. Second down and 3 for Tulsa. And the handoff goes up the middle, and Brooks angling to the left, breaks a tackle, 30, comes to the near side, 35, 40, outside the numbers, and then taken down at the 42-yard line. And obviously a lot better production here in the second half. He was under 100 in the first half. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Taylor up the middle, has a big hole to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, left hash mark 28. And the Hurricane starting to carve out some holes. Darian Jackson saved a touchdown, 16-yard gain, first down and 10, Tulsa at the 28-yard lines. Two receivers near side right, Stokes and Hobbs, one receiver far side left, 4th and 3, and here's the snap, rolling out to the right, it's Skipper. Skipper still on the run, throws, caught by Neff at the 5-yard line, into the end zone, touchdown TU. Cole Neff with his second touchdown reception, and it's a 10-yard TD on the rollout to the right, and Neff was open and Skipper hit him right on the numbers. Two of them stacked. Out of the shotgun, Skipper has the snap and hands it off left side. Brooks around the corner, 40, 45 to the 50. He gets it to the 45 to the 40, tiptoes the left sideline, shakes a tackler at the 35 to the 30 to the 25 and inside the 25 to the 24. What a run by Shamari Brooks, 37 yards. Ahoye made the tackle for Arkansas State, and TU has it at the 24-yard line. First down and 10, Golden Hurricane. Wow. Long count, snap back, ball down. Here's the kick on the way, and it is good. He knocked it through.
Or if this becomes a long drive, by the end of it, they'll be worn out.
In the end zone with the ball, it is Skipper, and Skipper hands it off to Stokes on an end around on a fly sweep. They tackle him in the end zone for a safety. Handoff, and now they'll just take a knee. Hansen takes a knee with 53 seconds to go. Tulsa does have the one timeout, but I'm not sure if they're inclined to use it.
So the final 29-20, and Coach, when you took it over down in the 3-4 yard line, I had no doubt in my mind you're going to drive and score. I mean, that's the way the second half felt to me offensively.
Yeah, it really did. I think we established some things in the second half where we were doing what we wanted to do. Our tempo was good. You're seeing their guys go down and trying to disrupt all those things. Our guys stayed focused into it, continue to keep working. We ran a little jet play right there that we've been running the last couple of weeks. It's been very successful. We did it out of a different formation, but they slanted the front, and we didn't take care of the slant. We got penetration right there. If we get around the edge, I think it's going to be a huge play. But there was no doubt in our minds when we got the ball right there that we were going to go right down the field. We're going to tie up the ball game and then see how much time we had left to see if we can get the ball back. We got a chance to go win it right now.
But and even if you don't, if you got to overtime, I was really feeling like they were so doggone worn out, you would have a great opportunity. When your offense is really firing like that as a play caller, that's got to feel good. At the same time, it's got to be frustrating that you can't get it to do that all the time. You just have to take that next step. But that's the hardest part of football, isn't it?
Well, that's the part that we're trying to grow into, and we as an offense have to do that. When we'll put together a full 60 minutes, what's that going to look like? Because right now we've played a half here, we've played a half there. We got to do a better job of taking care of the football. We can't have the silly penalties that get us out of drives, and then we got to be and find those explosive things to happen in there. But if we'll continue to keep playing at the tempo, I thought we did a better job tonight of we're running, we're throwing, we're hitting guys here, making that defense really work. That's when we're at our best. We've got to be more consistent about doing that.
And you have to be consistent fast, because Temple is on Thursday. When we come back on the Philip Montgomery Show, we'll talk about Tulsa and Temple as the conference season will get underway.
We're back on the Philip Montgomery Show, and on our feature segment, we're going to talk about 20 years ago. That's right, 20 years ago on 9/11/1998, the Golden Hurricane took on the Oklahoma State Cowboys. It was a great game for TU. In early 1998, TU and Oklahoma State met for the 66th time in the long-time rivalry. Both squads entered the game 1-0, and both teams had optimism approaching the game at Skelly Stadium.
We had Oklahoma State coming off a bowl the previous year. Going to be at Skelly Stadium, night game, sold out crowd. Everybody was excited on our team.
We had a lot of confidence going into that game, and our kids really believed in the game plan.
And so Tulsa was ready, and it showed in a first quarter drive that resulted in the first score of the game, John Fitzgerald to Jeremiah Brister.
I can remember looking at the sideline and having myself and Coach Rader looking and calling plays from the sideline and looking and knowing when he called the play, this is going to be a touchdown. Oh, we're going to get a first down. Oh, this is awesome.
So TU was rolling, and it continued later in the first quarter as Fitzgerald marched the Golden Hurricane down the field. Mind you, Fitzgerald was mostly a throwing quarterback, but then
I got a chance to run the ball 3 times in a row. And it was just kind of funny to me because he called it once and it worked. And he called it again. And then he called it again. We got a touchdown out of it. And I was just like, this is, you know everything's clicking when you just start smiling and you know everything's going to work.
John scored on a quarterback keeper that we called 3 times in a row with different looks.
Now it's 14-0, and underrated at that point is how well the Golden Hurricane defense is playing.
It's as simple as everybody doing their job and everybody playing with the intensity of knowing what you have to do and being prepared So having seen it in practice, the coaches preparing us knowing what we're going to be looking for, and then playing with a certain level of intensity, right? Defense isn't about one person, it's about 11 people.
All 11 starters from Oklahoma, and they all played with a chip on their shoulder, and they played extremely well.
With the defense shutting down OSU, TU's offense went back to work, scoring late in the first half on a Fitzgerald pass to Damon Savage, and it was 21-0 at halftime.
The hardest thing to do in all of sports, in my opinion, is to sit on a lead. So going in at 21-0 at halftime, you worry about losing that intensity and that focus, but as soon as we come out in the third quarter and we start executing, it felt like we had this game.
So after the defense did its job, it was time to pound big running back Reggie Williams.
Reggie's legs were about the size of tree trunks, and once he got going downhill, we had a fantastic offensive line. Brad Smith, Michael Rule, the entire crew. I mean, they did a fantastic job.
First down and 10 for Tulsa at the 13-yard line. Fitzgerald will hand it off right side. Reggie Williams to the 10 to the 5, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Tulsa! 13-yard touchdown run by the big hurt, Reggie Williams. So the Hurricane went up 28-0. And again, the defense is getting stops and turning the ball over. Tulsa gets the ball back and puts this one away. Fitzgerald's third TD pass was to John Mosley, and the Hurricane had a mind-boggling 35-0 lead over the favored Cowboys.
We look up and it's 35-0, and I don't think that it really set in for me until really the final whistle had blown, or until we got into the fourth quarter and realized that, okay, the game is ours.
It's a fun time. Anytime that you beat anybody, it's fun, don't get me wrong, but when you're playing an in-state rivalry and you have them down and you can kind of you can see it in their eyes.
OSU got 3 late touchdowns to make the final margin 35-20, but it was a special night for the Golden Hurricane, especially their senior quarterback.
There's certain games that you go back and you think about when you're done playing and hang them up, and that being one of them it's one of my all-time favorites.
The nearly every year nature of the series with OSU is no more. Since that game, the Golden Hurricane and Cowboys have played on the average of only once every 4 years. But back in the 90s, the yearly game was special, and it was certainly special for the Golden Hurricane in 1998.
Welcome back to the Philip Montgomery Show. He's the head coach of the Hurricane, Philip Montgomery. I'm Rick Corey. Coach, a very close week. You play on Thursday at Temple. Got to get on an airplane on Wednesday. I know that really compacts you. How do you handle that?
Yeah, it's going to be a fast and furious week, and that can be good or bad. With a game like we had tonight, we're going to get on the field faster and get an opportunity to get that taste out of our mouth. Going against a really good Temple team. Won tonight against Maryland, I believe. But it provides some challenges for us. I mean, obviously, schedule-wise, class schedule-wise, you got to work around those things. So we're going to have practice 6 a.m. come Monday morning. We've got to get our game plan installed, created and installed, and get the kids on page with it. We'll have that practice on Monday. We'll practice on Tuesday, and then we start traveling, working our way up to Temple. So it's going to be a very quick turnaround. Our guys have got to bounce back after a tough one tonight, mentally and physically, and get ready to go.
But it is conference play, and you can say second season right here, right?
Well, this is when it starts, and we got to do a great job of going up there and setting the tone for what we're going to do in conference play.
So speaking of setting the tone, before the game, you guys did that with about 3,000 walkers in the Walk to End Alzheimer's. I thought that was tremendously successful. I know it's close to you. You had to feel good about that.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, Mama called and told me about it, and man, just to have our community come out and support that in the way that they did. 3,000 walkers right here on TU's campus had to be a sight to see, and we sure appreciate all the support from you, the community, not only for us, but for trying to end this deadly disease that's affecting so many.
And thanks to those who came out, and for those who come back out next time TU's home. Next time we'll see you Thursday night in Philadelphia.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, yeah, your next home game for the Golden Hurricane is coming up on the 12th of October. Couple of games away from home for TU, but don't forget, on the 12th of October, TU playing host to USF, a Friday night game. Get your tickets at 918-631-GO-TU or TulsaHurricane.com. Well, TU has the short week. They take on Temple on Thursday. 6:30 will be the kickoff time, and of course, next week right here we'll review Tulsa taking on Temple. It's the opener of the American Athletic Conference. That'll wrap it up for the Philip Montgomery Show. For the coach and for Rick Corey, I'm Bruce Howard. So long for now.
The Philip Montgomery Show has been brought to you by St. Francis Health System, by River Spirit Casino, and by Pepsi. The Philip Montgomery Show has been a presentation of Golden Hurricane Sports Properties and a Kane Vision production.